Blitzers, Nerf Clan, welcome back to the channel. Today, next to me is the Nerf Clan leader, Artillery Arthur.
Hi guys.
Artillery, welcome to the channel. Thanks for watching the game. We are reviewing the VK45A today, and as you can see, it's spinning around there, showing its no mod traverse is faster than the Tiger II. However, the VK45, and I'm showing the turret traverse there, the VK45 is not a very good tank. Arthur, what's your summary of it?
Never had it, never will have it. If I ever decide to get the tier 9, I'll free XP past it. It has no armor, the gun is average, the tank is overall average.
Right, so I think that is exactly right. The tank is average, and you know, some of the reality for this tank is I personally wouldn't skip it. I wouldn't skip this on the tech tree. If you're grinding the VK72, which is not a very good tank either, but interesting tank. It's a rear-mounted turret, big-time heavy with very strong front armor. This tank has nothing to do with that tank. It's not like it. It's very front-loaded, but it's got some features that are useful, and you can get past. The other thing is it's nothing like the the Tiger P, which is follows. The Tiger P is a very highly armored tank. This is not, and so it's a weird thing. Now, how bad does this suck? All right, well, it's the worst heavy German. Win rate is down at the bottom there. It is also the worst within, it's the worst German heavy within tiers 7, 8, and 9. Now, how bad is it in tier 8 heavies? Well, I scroll to the bottom here and you see that it's actually not even on here yet. Because I only had 25 tanks displaying. So I had to actually scroll up here and expand. I was looking for it, like, what the hell is going on here? By the way, some other interesting tanks on there. Notice the Saint Emile 1951 is at the top. But that's bullshit because it's only being played by pros. So
is that a 4-shot autoloader?
I believe so. Notice your Glacial, which is one of your favorites, is on the bottom too, Artie.
Grieve says, and he might be right, that it's been creeped to an extent. The 112-2 is a better tank.
Well, I can tell you what's not a better tank is the VK45. It's the next to worst tank in the fucking whole in tier 8 heavies. The worst is the KV4. Everybody knows that. The KV4 is a hunk of shit. And it's also played by a bunch of idiots, so it's not just the tank. The KV4 can be played right well, but so it's not a great tank. Okay, we've established that. But it is, in my opinion, playable. I did look at a couple of different things, like survivability, and does it survive more, and other things. The damage per battle is the lowest, which you would also expect. Survival is the lowest, and it has improved since the buffing. It's up 1.34%, so it did buff it a while back. The DPM and the armor, I believe. How do I run it? I do use calibrated shell. I do not use calibrated shells. I use the rammer, engine accelerator. Very typical tank lineup for me. The HP is 1750. It's one of the worst in the tier. The DPM at 2241 is okay. 215 and 310 is the pen and damage for AP, and you see APCR is 265, like 280. So it's got APCR, which also is fine, but not great. Shot velocity is meh, average. Rate of fire is what you'd expect with the 105 millimeter. The aim time's good. The gun handling in general is pretty good. Low dispersion, but it's only got -6 gun depression, which sucks. -6 sucks. What the hell? It's not a Russian tank. I don't understand the -6. It's a killer. And as you see here, it does have hull armor. I mean, it's got hull armor. It's orange and red. And look at it. It's a very small turret. If you straight up, it's 170, 180, angled about 223.
That's not that bad. And
its lower plate is not good, but not terrible. I mean, you can bounce shots, and I regularly bounce, I'd say 1 to 2 shots per battle. And you see the side armor is decent there. You can side scrape with the tank. You can legitimately side scrape. You can still get screwed side scraping as well. The side armor is 8490. So overall, that's a tank. Now,
so wait a minute. The takeaway here is that it has great gun handling.
Good gun handling.
It has good view range.
Yes.
What we have here seems an awful lot like a Panther 8.8.
Some might say it's in Panther 8.8, which many argue is the worst tank in the game. In fact, we recently had a play against our village idiot Darth Bane, who essentially confirmed that it is one of the worst tanks in the game. It got beat by most 7s, except for when Bane hid and killed me. But it doesn't matter. All right, we're on Yamato Harbor. I digress. Yamato Harbor here, and interestingly from the beginning, you can see that we are facing a guy from Straight. His name is like, what is it? Fuck Me or something?
Yeah.
Okay. And he is a very good player, and he's got a tune can from Cali. I am tuning here with Lek, and he and I decided to go middle because Lek went middle and I obeyed. So we dispatched the Smasher, but we are in the middle of Yamato Harbor, which isn't a bad place to be if you're a heavy. And you can see, again, this tank is extremely mobile. It's basically a heavy medium. It should
Yes.
probably follow the Tiger 1, which is a heavy medium too, not the
Right.
Tiger P. They have the tech tree all screwed up, but whatever. And anyway, we move up to this VK100 who's totally out of position, or maybe not out of position, just not very good. And what we've chosen to do here, and was really Lex choosing, is rather than screwing around with the mediums who are right now capping C and killing all of our meds, we decided to take out their heavies. Which is another approach when you're facing a good tune, is avoid them until the end and hope that you killed more people than they have.
That's what I do every time.
Well, I mean, it's a good strategy. I usually die every time. That's my strategy, but whatever. And as you see, Lek here, immediately goes to where their TDs are hiding. So they had an ISU and an SU, which is smart because if we went and battled their mediums, those two would have just absolutely annihilated us from the side and the rear while we're fighting their mediums. So what we did was we signaled out. We did not let their TDs single us out while we were hopefully fighting their mediums, and we killed the RU. That was a great shot by Lek, who, by the way, had a huge carry here.
Nice.
But as you notice on that was
Good
really,
track.
yeah, it's got great dispersion. It's a
Yes.
good tank, especially on movement.
You're using it well here. You're using it to do what it should do, which is flank, take out weak lights and mediums, spot. It's not a frontline brawler. It's a
Yep.
sneaky tank, and that's how you got to use it. I mean, you can see the gun on the move delivering the hits. Nice tap into the RU, and then that one that was just poking over.
Yeah, the FE301 who
The
poked like a
301.
complete
He poked and it
idiot.
blew right through him. So I mean.
Well,
that's
exactly.
pretty
So they actually had us pinned. It's 2 against 4. We had an FCM on here who can kiss my ass, who was calling us nubs and all these different things because it was a 4-on-2. Lek became friends with him, I believe, afterwards. And as you see here, he tracked the ISU, which made him have to back up because I was on his side. I shot him, and then Lek and I double shot that SU. Now, immediately, 2 against 2. We actually have the hit point advantage as well. And you have the tune that we were playing the whole time. You got the guy from Straight right there, whose name is, I can't remember, so I'm going to call him Fuck Me. And I still don't remember that there. And then the guy from Cali, Lek, hits the guy from Cali, by the way. This is when I start playing like a complete idiot. Just FYI. Lek shoots the guy, shoots him again. The Action X has a reload of like 3 seconds or something, which is totally OP. And I'm on a tech tree piece of shit, so you keep that in mind. And then there's Fuck Me from Straight. He continues to hide behind the hill. Okay, I think it's Make Me. Make Me, and he's hiding. He pounds me with his T-34-3, which is actually not a great tank. I don't know what the hell he's playing at, but I actually thought he was going to go kill Lek, and then that I would be the hero of this one. That was my strategy here. Lek, however, is using the beautiful Action X gun depression and just hates him. Of course, what does Fuck Me say? Okay, lag. Yeah, it was lag. It was all lag. Nothing to do with anything else. In a quick fuck you to the FCM 50 DUR 11 45%er who doesn't even know how to drive a tank. That's the tune against us. There's Fuck Me, 70%.
Fuck Me can really.
Fuck Me can
bang.
play. Fuck Me can bang. But great game by Lek. 2,800 damage, 5 kills.
The focused fire in that match was.
It was good.
It won the game. It was very, very good.
Thank you, Arthur. All right, so we got Dead Rail. This is me by myself. I had a better game even here with this tank. And as you noticed, I am playing this tank like a heavy medium. I have decided that it's not a heavy. If you are up against an IS or something, IS-3, IS, one of the variants, you're going to get just absolutely annihilated. They can pen you no problem, and you're bouncing shots while they're pounding 400 alpha into every part of you.
Right. Given that this tank is a lot like the AMX M449, a tank that you notably hate.
It's a piece of fucking shit.
So you would probably hate this much as that, given that it's
Interestingly,
even worse, far worse.
It all comes down to expectations. I expect nothing out of this tank. And actually, it's not, because the side armor on this tank is 80, 90 millimeters.
That's a lot more.
Your piece of French shit
Doesn't
has
have
side armor of like 12. Like
Doesn't need
literally, you could get
Doesn't
HE
need
by
it,
an
it's
AMX
fast.
1375.
Face the enemy always.
Yeah, face the enemy always. That doesn't always work.
No.
So exactly what I'm doing here on Dead Rail, I actually pushed up, and there's another FCM. Must be my tank of the day. I think they're selling it or something.
It's a good tank. Underrated.
I don't know. Topic for a different video. I pushed up with the mediums to make it 4-on-4. I saw they had 2 mediums and 2 lights. I knew they'd come up high. And actually, we faced 2 really good players on this one as well. The IS-5 and another one that we'll encounter later. So I figured, let's go on the medium side. I'll help my mediums. And then there's an idiot in a T-49 who just YOLO'd past us.
I was
for no
watching
reason.
him wondering where he was going.
And my team, were a bunch of morons too. That guy just literally YOLO'd into them. He dies. Then this FCM rushes me. I actually didn't bounce that one, but I bounced another one of his. Easy to kill him. That was nothing. And then we're facing right now. We got a 6 against 5. Oh, there he is. He survived. Most amazing thing, I got pounded there by the, I think it was a WZ, one of the Chinese TD, WZ111.
The guy's literally crowd surfing or something. Like he just was. I've never seen anything like that. That was quite a YOLO.
It was quite a YOLO. It was impressive. Like you like to say, I think his ass was ass backwards, full speed, true YOLO.
Oh.
So so right now we actually are tied. It's I think 4 against 4. We got this WZ who's out of position, or he came to help his meds who
Nice
suck.
hit.
That was again.
Really good.
It is a great cannon.
Was
Better
that
than
AP or APCR?
that was AP. I believe that was AP to the lower plate, which did not have that thing is a very
I
small
couldn't tell
lower
if you
plate.
switched back or not.
And I was trying to avoid a hit there. I mean, I was trying to conserve my hit points, which mattered.
Oh, wow.
Shot him in the roof. And bounced a side shot for 400 right there, which may have been a game changer. Kind of, not really. It doesn't matter. So we're 4 against 3. They have the new light British medium, the Vickers CR or something. Who's a guy who's a very very good player in it. The guy in the Vicker is from V2, very good player. And then they have and then which I said to focus him since I'm a shameless YOLO focuser, whatever you want to call it. And then they had an IS-5. They had an IS-5 from another good player in IS-5, and then an idiot in IS-6. So that's the 3 against us. They probably had more hit points as well. But this is what happens when you have an idiot. Their idiot IS-6 pushes forward, and he goes next to the track, to the train tracks there, which allows us to shoot the shit out of him. And he quickly dies. The IS-5 was out of position as well. I actually missed my shot. I think I bounced off of his side, but my teammates, who again are really not that good, I think I show their win rates later, they are able to dispatch with him momentarily. I stayed up top here because you can see I have very low hit points, and I didn't want to overextend. Then I caught this Vickers here, kind of playing with his tank.
Surprised you didn't dump the adrenaline here.
I think I did when he came. So then what happened? I knew I was saving. I knew he was going to YOLO me, and I could reload. I knew I was dead here. I knew he would charge me. I had, with my hit points, but I managed, I think, to get one more into him. Oh wow, lucky shot!
That was good.
I dumped the adrenaline there, Arthur. Probably a second too late. I was trying to get one more into him. I was wiggling around like a whore in a pole, but nonetheless, he cleared me. But at this point, I got him to be a one shot. I knew the morons I was playing with could probably accidentally shoot him. By the way, notice that there was an E50 capping right now. That. But nonetheless, got MC1, 2,800 damage, 3 kills. And I do want to, the team against us were very good. Not that guy. I don't even know who I'm clicking on anymore. But nonetheless, there is the Happy Camper at 66%, one hell of a player, and also sitting there for you at 61%. So we had a good team, managed to eke it out, and there's how we got it done. So Arthur, any final words?
Great games. I think the wins would have looked a little bit better in Crucible profile background, but other than that,
what the fuck that even means.
Other than that, fantastic job and shit tank, but great commentary.
Thanks, Arthur. Thanks for joining the Nerf channel, and for those of you to have this much fun again, you must subscribe. So
please subscribe.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye guys.